Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Philippe Pieri. I work with Cisco Systems. I'm in the marketing organization, and I'm in charge of our international web footprint. So customer-facing, my job is to look after the Cisco.com website internationally outside the US from a content standpoint, from a functionality standpoint, from a strategy standpoint, again, from a marketing perspective. So Cisco is a fairly large corporation now, based in San Jose, California, 65,000 employees, offices in 140 countries, more than 200 offices. So obviously, a very large corporation, a very international footprint, 85 country websites, 40 to 41 languages if we count UK English. So basically, the world is flat from our standpoint and for many of you. So my job is to articulate the strategy around the representation of the brand and the company as a vendor internationally based on brand perspective and product availability or other cultural aspects. So we'll be talking about what it means to take a brand, to take a body of content, to take an entire experience around a brand on the web and to decline it in 85 countries, taking into consideration the various behaviors and cultural aspects that customers in those countries might be about. I'd like to stress also that over the past 6 or 7 years I've been in this job, my job, as I'm sure like your job and like Paula and Henry mentioned, with the evolution of mobile technologies and other types of technologies in our lives, our content has evolved and has been revolutionized around 4 basic axes. Content types. Is our content technical in nature? Is it more informational in nature? Is it tech support content? Pablo in the room here manages the tech support side of the house. The medium or the media. Is the content traditional web? Is it legible on a mobile device? Is it some print piece of documentation? Is it software? Is it video? What is the audience? Is the audience the large enterprise technical decision maker? Is it the SMB, the consumer? Is it some business decision maker for whom the message must be clear and crisp? What is the device? Is it your laptop, a desktop, a large screen TV? Is it a mobile device, a smartphone, an iPad? So all of these things are coming into play. We're dealing with them. We don't have the answer to all these questions, but we are bracing ourselves for a continued journey that is by no means finished or over or mastered even, but we are clearly seeing all these trends influencing the way we do business. When we are at the crossroads of corporate content and target country content, we are no longer moving letters. Now we're moving videos, audio, we're moving social media content, we're moving these bursts of 140 characters and no more through the airwaves. So some of the highlights that I think are going to be important for some of you, all of our country websites reside on the same platform, on the same publishing systems, on the same CMS. We spend some time removing content as well as publishing content. I think it's worth mentioning. It's very painful to remove content. Few of us have been promoted for removing content. But it's very important. As we know now, SEO is a very important aspect of what we do. Cisco.com is one thing, but we like to cast our net outside of it. We have to be able to be relevant. If someone is on google.fr or .de and is looking for something where we think we are relevant. We think we're a pertinent result, we want to be there. In the US and at the local level as well. And having old content, out-of-date content, is a negative influence on your ranking. So we've come up with a process and a product, if you will, to make sure that internationally, the consistency of our message, of our experience, of our portfolio in terms of products would be consistent. Both consistent with the brand message we want to convey, consistent with the shifts in perception we want to achieve with our customers internationally, but also based on local components, cultural elements, product availability. Not all our products are available everywhere. So all these things have to be taken into consideration before we can articulate an international strategy. Using the tools of the modern tools of localization, translation memory, and terminology tools to ensure consistency across the board, to ensure leverage and reuse of content, has enabled us over the past 3 or 4 years to make significant savings in the cost of translation. We like to see our website as a way to, again, cast a wide net, be in the social media spaces, locally, internationally, be relevant where it's important to be relevant in SEO, in SEM, but also provide and try to improve the experience that people have on Cisco.com better. And we try to measure that as much as we can. We try to improve that experience on our websites. While people are on the website, we try to understand what the behaviors are, what type of media are successful, which ones don't work. For instance, we know that video tends to influence behaviors, and people who watch video tend to stay longer on the website after watching the video, to view more content, to view more pages, to download more PDFs or more documents. And of course, we like, at the end of a successful journey on the website, we like to help that journey to be complete, to reach a goal, and if necessary, to offer a chat experience, again, at the local level, in the local language. We recognized 3 or 4 years ago that at the time smartphones were not as ubiquitous as they are today. We recognized the need to optimize our website for the small screens, because we noticed that a number of people were trying to reach our website using Symbian or other type of mobile OS. And so we designed manually, it's a manual structure, a mini website with a small file size and small screen size type of illustration, a very short overview of what Cisco is, again, in terms of brand, in terms of promotions, in terms of product lineup, in terms of news, local news. And we rolled out that optimized version of the website for mobile devices in 24 countries up to date. Now, we are going to keep our finger on the pulse of what happens. I think the iPhone is, and the touchscreen approach to mobile computing is going to change the way we approach the websites. And I think there are better ways. There is going to be better ways in the future to deliver a website than to have to optimize it for a very small screen. But for the time being, we are very happy we've done that. The mobile websites are very successful, and they serve our brand well. It's a subset of the content. It's a small subset of the content. We have some global guidelines around the type of content that should be included. Each website has a minimum of about 20 to 40 pages. And it's an overview of company information, product information, in addition to which countries syndicate their news feeds. So local news are part of that smaller footprint, and local promotions. Video is another file type that really changed the way we've had to to do our business. Again, we're no longer translating words on a page. Now we have to translate, localize a spoken experience with video, audio, and things like that. We've had to develop file architectures to enable us to look at an entire experience and to enable us to easily localize in closed captioning what was being said in the video, as well as the entire navigational experience. And when I say localize, I mean localize, meaning that all of the navigational environment is translated and localized, but also, as you may know, some of these flash tools that enable us to navigate through a video, through multiple videos, some tagging is useful for us to be able to track at the country level which videos work better than which one, what was the result of this video being watched. So everything that has a local value can be exported into an XML file and then be easily managed. So we're very much into the business of looking at fairly complex items and trying to make them a little simpler. Because obviously, when we look at something like video coming down the pike, and we know videos are going to be a growth element in the internet at large, and in our website in particular, we know we have to find flexible ways to be reactive, to be effective, to shorten the time to market. Social media and SEO, I mentioned earlier SEO. Social media, this is again something we simply cannot stay out of. The conversation happens, whether we control it on Cisco.com or not, it happens. People speak about us, people speak about our products. Now we all expect to hear about other customers, other users. When we book a hotel to go for a weekend, we see what are the reviews that people exchange. So we all expect that. I think we have to be, there is no better defense than the offense. We have to be there. We have to represent our company. In our case, we like to think that our products are innovative. We want our position in the marketplace, in the digital marketplace, to be that of an innovative company. So we cannot be seen as conservative. We have to be perceived as innovative. So my work is very much that of brandishing both the stick and the carrot. Because on one hand, I work in San Jose, where everybody seems to think that the brand is a Bible. It's very simple. It's a set of colors. It's a tone and voice. It's a number of products. And they should be the same everywhere. There should be no question about that. It's such a brilliant concept. There should be no exceptions to that. And then, as you all know, when you travel to Beijing or to Tokyo and you take the subway in Tokyo, for instance, very often I've been surprised that even if I knew how to read Japanese, which I don't, I would be bombarded, visually, with ads and things like that. And I just cannot consume the information the way it's being thrown at me. But is it relevant? I am not a Japanese customer. So, so should I be, brandishing the same stick or the same carrot with a Japanese, So it's very much a question of balancing the needs for a strong brand to really present itself very strongly in Japan, in China. At the same time, let the mechanism through which a transaction happens, awareness, conversion, transaction happen at the local level, happen without being hindered by Western values.